riding time like you talked about, and then not allow Whitworth to score it all. And now we go to heavyweight to finish the afternoon in a very quick takedown for John Stout.
Closing out the day in the heavyweight department, Nick Marcenelle for Harvard, John Stout for Penn. Early on, you saw how quick it was. Not every day that you see a heavyweight bout come out with that quick a movement. One thing that we heard from Jay Wysond is that Marcenelle, who's wrestled at 197 the last few years, is not your average heavyweight contender. He's very quick on his feet, which isn't something that you see a lot. It really gives him an advantage. It's a fun style of wrestling that we get to see. He was out last semester, not able to compete, so really when the thick of dual season got started, he comes in to give a big boost to the Crimson squad.
Yeah, and obviously this was, if not the biggest, then one of the biggest, but it was the biggest point of strength for Harvard last year with Yaroslav Slavikowski, who was an All-American wrestler at heavyweight. Ran out of eligibility at Harvard, so had to graduate and transfer. So he's now wrestling at Rutgers at the heavyweight spot. So Marcenelle moves up to the 285-pound weight class. And, yeah, he's a smaller heavyweight, a more athletic one. But he's starting to figure out some success joining the team second semester, as you said.
From Sewickley, Pennsylvania, you'd have to think a win against a team from his neck of the woods would go a long way. On the opposite side, Stout out of Waretown, New Jersey, also a senior, and also spent a lot of time at 197 last year before, not 197 in previous years, I should say, before moving up last year to the heavyweight. He's just continued to grow. Only one dual start last season. But he's earned this spot in Coach Reyna's eyes. Zach Del Santer, a freshman with a lot of potential, also weighing in today for the Quakers, but Stout earning the spot. Another one of these Penn wrestlers that had a breakout tournament at the Midlands that really pushed them forward. And at that tournament, you mentioned it earlier, making history as the first EIWA squad to win it. You just got a sense that something changed there for the entire team.
And don't forget, right, like Harvard wrestled in their opens to start the year and then started the dual meets, but Penn actually had the duel against Iowa on December 1st, about 3 weeks before Midlands. So that's a little bit of a scheduling quirk for an Ivy League school, but obviously maybe some of that good performance against Iowa helped the team in terms of, you know, knowing what it's like to wrestle at that top level and help propel them to the historic performance at Midlands.
Something else, too, that this Penn squad has been doing a lot of this year that has helped them along the way, both on and off the mat, is volunteering at Beat the Streets, a youth development nonprofit based in Philadelphia that allows the chance for their athletes to interact with students and young kids around the city, to introduce them to the sport of wrestling and really give back to the community, which is a big emphasis on the program. The partnership with Beat the Streets, something that's really near and dear to their hearts. A number of the guys on the team spend a lot of time down there. CJ Composto and Ryan Miller, too, that are really dedicated to the cause, kind of leading the way with everybody else. And that has also played a big part in this squad, rounding out not just their skills on the day-to-day at practice, competing in duels, but giving them some good perspective and allowed them to find something different this year that has really started to propel them into the conversations with some of the best teams in the country.
So this gets really interesting if Marcenelle can continue to keep the grip, and as I start to say that, he doesn't. So Stout holds the riding time at 48 seconds and adds another point to his lead.
Some quick strikes to start during that first period, especially from Nick Marcenelle. We'll see if he can use some of that athleticism to his advantage to find his way into a good shot here as we near 20 seconds remaining in the second period. Both looking for head control as they are still in the upright position, and with nothing materializing for either one, we'll start at the neutral to begin period number 3, 2 minutes remaining.
And this is another example of the three-point takedown changing things. Stout gets another though, so that takes that conversation away. Marcenelle down 7-1 now.
Stout been having to deal with wrestling his entire life, an entire family of them. His dad, uncle, both competing at the collegiate level. His cousin Kellen wrestling at Pitt as well. Putting himself in good position over Nick Marcenelle as we near 1 minute remaining in the third to pick up another win on the season. Another one of the spots where Marcenelle, if he wants to have a shot at this, is going to have to find a way to get out of that vice grip. But Stout just knowing that the time is in his favor on this one, just going to use that last 30 seconds to ride on the back. Hopefully he can hang on to it, not really let Marcenelle up, and it'll be all over from there. Penn's already locked up the team win in the duel today. Stout trying to close it out with another victory. And the escape point going to Marcenelle. He'll have to work quickly. Goes right in on a shot on that left leg of Stout with 5 seconds remaining. He won't be able to get any closer, so the victory in the final match of the day goes to Josh Stout.
Another impressive performance from a Penn wrestler. They're able to continue the momentum they had coming into today. 34-6, they win it. And certainly it feels like a team that is starting to get really dangerous at the right time of the year.
3 consecutive wins in a row now for Penn, continuing an unbelievable